Hello everyone. My name is Deok-Sun Kim from DK Mentoring Online. It is a challenging task if you're new to the publication process. To publish articles, you will need to get familiar with the templates for publishable manuscripts. First of all, some questions to ask yourself. What is your research questions? How is your research question related to the existing literature? How will you use your data to answer your research questions? Your research questions should be closely connected to the literature review and to the method you will use to answer your research questions. Your manuscript should be one big, beautiful, connected story of introduction, literature review, method, findings, discussion and implication, and conclusion. Let's start with how to write research questions. Once you come up with the research questions, I will go on to explore one segment at a time. Let's write research questions. What topics do you care about? You will have to read a lot about the topic to come up with good research questions. If you don't know enough about the field, you can't formulate research questions that the field will consider worth exploring. So to come up with solid research questions, you will have to read existing literature on the topic so that you know the field well. So you have to be consumer of all articles. Once you read deeply about the topic, you will be able to identify a gap in the literature where you could contribute to the field. Focusing on the gap, with the gap of filling in a need in the current state of literature, you will start formulating your research questions. To create the good research questions, make sure that you are adding a contribution to the field. That means that the question has not been addressed or only rarely addressed, but the questions are nonetheless important. Formulate a problem statement that captures your contribution and why it is important. Before you finalize your research questions, please make sure that the questions are valuable to the field, that they can be answered, and that you care about the answers yourself. For example, is it practical for you to conduct this research? Can you access the population you will do research with? If you want to do research population who live in Alaska, are you going to go there, for example? And about context as well, where are you going to do study? Can you get IRB approval for the research with the human subjects? Research question will dictate the rest of the project and the manuscript, so it is a very important step. And then you will have to stick with your research questions throughout the entire writing process. You can post your research questions next to your computer screen, so whenever you start working on the project, you will be anchored by the questions.